Are you ready to commemorate the final lightsaber fight between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi prior to Star Wars A New Hope from 1977? Well, apparently Hasbro is, and they've done so in the vintage collection. Let's get into this. All right, welcome to another episode of Paul's Collectibles. It's good to have you. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about a 2-pack of vintage collection action figures that they've put in a box. It looks almost like one of those deluxe figures, but it's not. It's 2 carded figures in a larger box, and it is the showdown between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader on whatever that planet was with all the rocks that we got from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Now this one came from Big Bad Toy Store, and they said it wasn't supposed to get here till December or January, but it got here early. I was out of town, I came back, and it was in my box, so I'm happy to have something early for once. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of these 2-pack boxes because I'm an in-package collector, and it requires that I pay closer attention to yet another piece of packaging and have to decide whether I'm going to be taking them out and things like that. For me, I wish they would just enter these figures into the regular TVC line on a regular basis and just keep the regular deluxe figures to the boxes, to include that recent 4-pack we got of Jabba Denizens as well. That should have just been 4 figures out in the line. But once again, nobody's listening to me when they make these decisions over at Hasbro. So, without any further ado, let's get these 2 figures in front of some lights and see what I'll be adding to my vintage collection, action figure collection today. Okay, here's the box that it comes in. As you can see, it's got the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi logo here, and it names the 2 characters, Obi-Wan Kenobi Showdown, Darth Vader Duel's End, and it has the 2 characters on cards and pictures here, and a little mock-up of the scene that we're gonna get. And on the top, it's got the 2 characters again. On the one side, it's got the Darth Vader right there, and on this side, it's got the Obi-Wan Kenobi, and on the back, just another look at the 2 carded figures. And if you look very, very closely, it's probably hard to tell on camera. This is why I don't like the extra packaging, because when Big Bad Toy Store sent this, they wrapped it with bubble wrap, but they didn't put any wrap on the top or the bottom, and it mashed against the top of the box, and this got all bent up here. Not that I'm too worried about it, but it is a little disappointing. But let's get these guys out and see what we're dealing with inside. Okay, first off, at least they came in this cardboard insert inside the box, so the carded figures are okay. And in between the figures was this little piece of Mylar tissue paper to keep them from rubbing against each other and getting that dreaded bubble rub. This is something Hasbro should be doing on their cases. You paying attention, Hasbro? And there are the 2 carded figures over here. Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader, Duel's End. They're both unpunched, which is very cool. And this card for Darth Vader is just really cool. He's standing up, chest all puffed out, got a fist going on here, lightsaber ignited, and he's got the yellow name pill and the yellow back. And then over here, Obi-Wan Kenobi, same logo up top, still unpunched. He's got the greenish green, or the greenish blue, I guess would be the best way to describe that, behind his name pill and his figure. And this one's Obi-Wan Kenobi Showdown, and he's in that classic pose that he always uses where his lightsaber is ignited over his head and he's pointing with his fingers. Overall, both of those cards are actually really cool. I really like that Darth Vader card. But let's get a better look at these figures. Okay, you can see on that Anakin Skywalker head there, he's got some damage in the helmet, and the helmet's got a little burn mark on top there. That's really cool. And I like the fact that they use the black and silver shoulder pieces there that are consistent with, I believe, A New Hope. He's got an unlit saber hilt and a lit saber hilt. And down here, when I first saw this, I was a little confused because the box looks different, but I think it was damaged in this fight, which is why there's no lights and you see a little bit of gold. So I think that's pretty accurate. But coming on down to his belt, looks good. They got the green and red accents on there, and he's got the cloth goods skirt, and it's kind of difficult to see, but he does have the cloth goods cape as well. It's pushed back in there. But that face sculpt, that's the stuff of nightmares right there. They did an excellent job on that. And Darth Vader is VC291. Next up, we have that Obi-Wan Kenobi figure. That is a great face sculpt. It looks really good. He comes with a pistol, which I find to be really rather interesting. And he's got the tannish gray tunic, and coming on down, he's got the brown belt and It looks pretty good. I think he's got a little bit of, no he doesn't. He doesn't have any cape or any other robes at all. And he also comes with an unlit hilt and a lit hilt with the blue saber as well. And he's got the greenish gray socks and the brown shoes. Now the only thing that I think they could have done to improve this guy was maybe put a little wash on that white shirt underneath his robe there to differentiate where it was folded, and maybe a little wash over this tunic because it's just a little too samey colored. Now in the camera it doesn't look too bad, but the live figure itself, it's really, really bland and a little brownish. And overall though, still a great figure, but that would be the only way I think that they could really improve the look of that figure. And the head sculpts on these are just phenomenal anymore. They're doing such a good job on those. And Obi-Wan Kenobi is VC290. But there you have it, just a quick look at Darth Vader Duel's End and Obi-Wan Kenobi Showdown from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, that last fight, theoretically of course, before they meet each other in A New Hope. Great looking figures, these will make great additions to my collection. And in closing, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, maybe consider doing that for me. That's a great way to support my efforts here at Paul's Collectibles. And if you're already a subscriber or someone who's been watching my videos for quite a while, you already know I greatly appreciate you. And with that, I'll see you on the next video.